There's a strange paradox I've noticed lately. We live in an age of abundance, more games than we could ever play, instant access to massive virtual worlds and communities thriving with millions of people. And yet sometimes I have to force myself to pick up a controller or choose a game and press start. I've come to realize maybe that's not such a bad thing.
If you sit back and look at your backlog of video games just waiting to be played, it can become quite overwhelming. Are you looking at it as a list of activities or a list of tasks waiting to be fulfilled? We often view gaming as a passive entertainment, but games are active. They ask something of us. Decision making, learning, adaptation. When you sit down to play, you engage your brain in ways that watching Netflix or scrolling TikTok never could.
And like any form of exercise, whether physical or mental, the hardest part is getting started. Maybe a little push is all you need to shift your mental state entirely, because at our core, humans are creatures of habit. And when something breaks that habit, be it stress, school, work, it's easy to fall out of the things we love. But by deliberately reintroducing gaming into our routines, even when we don't necessarily feel like it, we reestablish that rhythm.
Video games offer more than just habitual gratitude. They offer a powerful way to connect by having shared experiences with others, joining a guild or team to overcome challenges, or even joining online communities in places like Discord to talk about your hobbies, and that becomes a form of escapism, but at its core, connection.
Humans are creatures of natural curiosity, whether that's in Dark Souls learning attack patterns or how much fall damage you take, or even games like Superliminal utilizing your curiosity to solve puzzles. It really doesn't matter what type of game you enjoy, as long as you do enjoy it.
It's why we started this channel to begin with. Through forcing each other to play our own favorite games, we introduce each other to things we might never have stumbled upon ourselves. Emotions, lessons, and memories that might end up being a talking point with others years down the line. One of the most powerful things I've learned is that joy doesn't always arrive spontaneously. Sometimes joy has to be earned.
There are games that I've put off for months only to fall in love with them hours after I forced myself to start. That resistance wasn't about the game, it was about me. About fear of commitment, overwhelm, or just the inertia of comfort. Do I really have time for this? Just to then sit and scroll through social media for hours instead. But when I push through it, I'm reminded that games, at their best, offer something no other medium does. They offer interactive immersion, a feeling of participation through stories, skill development, and control.
And just like any worthwhile pursuit, they sometimes ask for more than passive consumption. They require intention. Forcing yourself to play isn't about turning fun into obligation. It's about remembering that not all satisfaction is instant, and that the most meaningful experiences often begin with a little resistance.
I forced my girlfriend to play Dark Souls. This is a game that she'd never choose to pick up by herself. She doesn't like difficulty, she doesn't like the feeling of failure, but for some reason she did enjoy her time playing Dark Souls.
I did enjoy my time playing, mostly after the fact, when I had sat on the experience for a bit and realized what progress I made. It even made me regret asking for advice on occasions where I felt I might have been able to figure it out myself to have a more fulfilling experience.
So no, forcing yourself to game isn't always bad. In fact, it might be one of the best ways to reconnect with the reasons you started gaming in the first place. The spark is still there. Sometimes you just have to press start.